On this episode of Off the Pitch, I travel to Gloucester to speak to a rising rose in amongst the Gloucester Hartpury ranks. Steph was a phenomenon in the WNL WBSR stage and tipped to become part of the next generation of Red Roses. We talk about the pathway, coming through the university setup, as well as all things Red Roses.
Steph, welcome to Off the Pitch. We're here in sunny Gloucester at the home of Gloucester Rugby and Gloucester Hartpury. And I think sort of to start with, let's talk about your journey and take it right back. You were at Scarborough and now we're in Gloucester. Let's get there. How did that happen?
So basically I started when I was 4. My whole family plays, my granddad, both my parents, both my brothers, my parents now coach. Just one day I went down, just watching my brothers train one day, and I was just like, maybe I'll join in. And I haven't looked back since. Done Yorkshire, then went to Bishop Burton College. We played against Hartpury in college, and then Mo pulled me aside afterwards and was like, if you'd like to come for uni, that'd be great. And then I got a call from Linny a few days after, and he offered me a contract if I wanted to train with GH for pre-season.
And we're here today.
Yeah.
And Hartpury, I think from an onlooker's point of view, gives that sort of like, it looks like one massive family. What's it like, especially through that pathway as you've come through, going through with like Millie and stuff?
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely a family feel. I think a lot of the girls are really close, whether you're first year or your third year. Doesn't really matter. You're all kind of seen as like best friends, I guess. It's just a really nice place to be at, and it's one that you don't really want to leave, I guess.
What's that like? Obviously, we see Linny Fordy talking about the pathway as a product of the pathway. What is that like? Like, it looks just like a machine.
Yeah, I guess it helps that their desks are right next to each other. They can chat all the time about who's
doing what.
Yeah, who's doing well, who should be pulled up. But I think it's definitely good to have the links between the two, and I guess because they're so close, it's so much easier for the progressions to take place.
No, it looks amazing, and I'm not sure, you probably are aware, but we spoke to some of your friends throughout the week.
Yeah.
Also to describe you in 3 words.
Okay.
And I have to say they were ever so complimentary. It was like the funniest girl, so thoughtful, caring. But then we spoke a bit more about on the pitch.
Yeah.
And it's work rate, it's ambitious, it's determination. That must be some good praise, from your peers especially, coming through.
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously it's one thing to get praise off a coach, but to get praise off your teammates, I guess, it's probably almost in a way better because they're on the pitch at the same time as you, and if they can see that and they believe in you and trust in you, then you're doing something right.
And I think you obviously came through the WNL, now WBSR setup. If you could pick someone who's going to take that next step, if you could pick one person, do you have a name in mind?
Oh, I guess obviously the name that first springs to mind would be Amy Dale. Obviously she's already been
in and around.
I guess people like Jem Bell, who's in the flank today, she's definitely one to look out for. And again, work rate, physicality, definitely. I think obviously your back 3, I guess, today as well. They're all very strong and very good try scorers as well. They'll all be top of the charts. But I think definitely the whole team today is very strong. I think it'll be a great game. But I think the likes of Jem Bell, Lucia Scott, Daisy Aspinall. Can't really pick one to be fair.
That's finally fine. PWR Young Player of the Year last season. You've captained GH this season. The progression is there. So where's it going? Is it just a bit of a whirlwind?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously getting pulled aside after training, after coming back from camp and getting pulled aside and asked to captain the side was definitely a surreal moment. I think obviously not one that you'd expect from a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
But I think definitely to keep pushing for roles of leadership within the side. A constant game time would be nice. Yeah, definitely. I think obviously I'd like to keep pushing for the call-ups to the Red Roses. With my contract now, I guess pre-season next year would be great. And obviously looking to push for that first cap. But yeah, with Gloss, it's definitely the game time aspect.
Where are we, if you don't mind me asking, in regards to Red Roses? Is Mitch in contact? Is that regular? Do you know what you need to work on? Yeah,
definitely. I think obviously it's, for me, from Gloss, it's always been a dominance in defence aspect that I need to work on. I think it's pushed over with the Red Roses as well, but obviously being with them all summer for pre-season, it's definitely been something that I've improved on. I think I've heard that from Linny, I've heard that from Mitch himself. So obviously, yeah, just keep pushing for that. But yeah, hopefully we can.
And your GH squad at the moment is littered with Red Roses. But when you take that step up, get that call up, sort of for me, the everyday bloke who's never going to make... What's it like? You walk into England camp on day one, do you just sort of sit there and go, oh my, how have I got here?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously I got pulled up for a 3-day camp with last year.
Yeah.
So that was probably more of the surreal moment. And then this year when I went into pre-season, it was more of, actually I've been playing with these people for quite a while now. Yeah, I know them a lot. And obviously with there being a lot of GH girls in there, it's more of like a comfortable feeling to see familiar faces.
You walk in and you know everyone.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely, it's still quite surreal to see the people that you watch every day on the TV.
Every day of the week, just sort of. And I think that sort of, what is the goal for Steph this season? Obviously, winning it with GH again would be amazing, but personally, what are your goals for the season?
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of talk about going back to back with GH, but I think right now the focus would be just game time. I think when you have so many players, whether that's with England, whether that's with Scotland, like Wales, when you've got so many of them girls in your squad, the fight for positions is so difficult. And obviously I just want to keep pushing for that shirt. I think obviously while they've all been away, it's putting your hand up while you've got that opportunity.
The chances there.
Yeah. So just hopefully I can keep putting my hand up and keep saying, like, I
it's
want
looking,
that shirt.
It's going that way. So
hopefully.
You're smashing it. You are smashing it. And I guess finally, within that GH squad, is there someone that's like another player that's turning to you, obviously giving you that pat on the back and sort of mentoring you through it? Is there someone that's taking you through those steps, that's maybe been there and done it?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously Zoe's probably always my answer for that one. She obviously started at Scarborough with me, but I think Bethan, she's obviously there. She was my coach back with BUCS for a little bit. So she's known me more as like a...
She's been there as well.
Yeah, definitely.
She's following that journey.
Yeah, she's always one to like give me that little confidence boost. Like at training, she'll be like, "Oh, Steph, you can call the lineouts now" and stuff like that. And like it's just that confidence to know that she's got my back as well, and she trusts me to call them lineouts as well, which then gives me the confidence to make the right call and to
then go out on a Saturday and smash it.
Definitely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And we hopefully will see you on a GH pitch and a Red Roses squad at some point soon.
Yeah.